What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy here, Tony G, and we have the SCW 40 Finals Top 8 Tournament for 500 USD dollars. And we got none other than two Korean participants here. We got GOMDOR, aka Byul, aka 10K. Everybody knows how Gosu this guy is. And then we have 3.145926589. aka Thanks, and we got a non-choke for Mr. Thanks here, going for what might not be too bad versus the mid build here for GOMDOR. This is a game one of a best of 7 for the first round, first people to play, and yeah, we'll see how she goes. Unfortunately for 3.14, he's going to be scouted on the second scout, and he's going to not have any time to really react. The probe definitely saw that creep, and he's actually going to get away without actually being noticed, I think, probably by Thankful. Yeah, he's actually going to go in and actually harass some of the drones, which isn't a bad idea either. And this is going to be tough for Thanks here. He went for a hatchery, spawning pool, gas, which some kind of speedling build here, and he's up against the mid build, which is not easy to stop here. A sunken colony not yet being completed, and these first two zealots will be popping out very shortly here. Yeah, not looking good here. This is going to be a tough hold, especially if he does not build a sunken colony. He is building some zerglings out here. This probe staying alive, getting some harassment done. Actually is going to get a kill here, which is absolutely huge. You do not have any drones to spare here. First two zealots are going to be popping in, and this could be a quick GG here for Mr. GOMDOR. A quick game 1 victory. The sunken not going to be completed yet here. Zealot's going to start smacking away while he micros his other Zealot around. Very nice micro here by Mr. GOMDOR. We expect nothing less from this semi-pro, ex-pro Gosu. And yeah, it's going to be a tough game 1 here for Thanks. No sunken colonies down, hardly any drones left. He's putting in one last ditch effort to fight this onslaught, but these zealots are not going to stop, so he can trade all day long here, and it'll be just fine, down to 6 drones. He does have 100 gas. He can start that link speed if he wanted to, but he's got bigger problems than that. GG is going to be called in a quick game 1 for Mr. GOMDOR. Yeah, we'll jump into game number 2. GOMDOR's been doing this a lot, staying in the game and get a little extra kills there. So yeah, we'll jump into game number 2 right now. Game number 2, we got 3.14 once again as Zerg and Mr. GOMDOR as Protoss. So they are running it back here. Little bit different positions here. Well, I guess GOMDOR is in the exact same position. But 3.14 is going to have a corner this time. It's going to be a little bit longer of a distance. He's going to have a little bit more time to react if it is that same thing that's going to happen. We'll see if he goes for a non-choke, which I don't recommend. But who knows, man. Koreans can pull that stuff off. Sometimes it works. Versus a Nexus first, that can be really effective, but versus a mid build, not so much. Not going to be a mid build this time. GOMDOR is going to go for a pylon in his base. First Overlord are going to go out here, and Mr. 10K is going to, or not 10K, Mr. 3.14 is going to go for a choke. And yeah, we're going to see a more standard game, a little bit longer than a 4-minute game here, it looks like. which is always good when you're watching the top Koreans play. The longer games always are going to be more interesting, but the short games are always exciting too, so we shall see. Gonna go for a Nexus first here. On the side, this is very Korean-esque, like most people build their Nexus down here, but he's gonna go for over there, not a big deal. Gets you a little bit more vision on the side here. But it's also a little bit more vulnerable to get possibly picked off. Gonna go for his first scout after that gateway. I imagine we're gonna see another gateway or a forge. Gonna go for a gateway, so he's gonna go for 2 more gateways. Gonna go for a little bit more Zealot pressure heavy instead of the quick gas. Do see that second hatchery over here. Once again in that Korean-esque spot over on the side of the gas. And we're gonna see the first gas go down. So this is looking like a Mutalisk build. Or a quick link speed, but something not very standard. Gonna get his first sunken colony down, and yeah, we shall see how this goes. We got the first gas down here for GOMDOR, so he will be teching up fairly quickly here. But he will be having a lot of Zealots out to put some pressure on too. Probe is going to scout what he is up against. We'll see if 3.14 builds a couple more sunken colonies now that he knows he's up against a Protoss, or if he's going to get too greedy here. It's dangerous. You only get too greedy versus the 3 gateway, because non-stop production on the 3 gate can accumulate a lot of Zealots fairly quickly, so that is going to be a very quick layer. So yeah, we are going to see that Muta, I would imagine. I wouldn't mind seeing an Evo chamber here to finish off that wall, but instead he's going to scout with a drone. Not a big fan of that. Okay, no, it's just a misrally drone. This is going to be a complete wall, it looks like. Going to start the cannon contained in here with probably a quick robotics, and we do see that Evo chamber up, which I do like to see. Just going to make it that much harder to break in with his Zealots. The Overlord is going to scout the choke here, and he does have another Overlord going to go out to the choke of the Protoss player, so he's going to see how many Zealots are reinforcing in here. We have a Stargate coming out, which is a good choice, very low money of GOMDOR, but that can be a ghost suit, because you're gonna at very minimum get a scout off. At the best, you're gonna get a couple overlords, and 3.14 does have a lot of overlords out here. We do see the double photon cannon with the robotics facility, so he is going to probably go for a shuttle, drop some Zealots in, and then in for the Reavers. That is the most common tactic in this situation. Do have that Spire down, 2 more additional extractors going down. So there's going to be, yeah, the 3 additional hatch into Muta, but it's almost being hard countered here by GOMDOR with his quick Stargate before Robo. He is going to have some Corsairs out. He is going to be able to scout that, and he will be able to most likely react in time. Yeah, but we'll see how this goes. Sometimes this can catch Protoss off guard. These are going to be very, very quick Mutalisks, and if he's not careful, he can lose a lot of probes and potentially his main here. 2 more Robos going down here. We got a nice little Zealot wall here to make sure no Zerglings come out and scout. This Overlord is going to come in here and see exactly what's going on. Going to get 1 cannon by his main, knowing that the Koreans do love to go for their the Mutalisks here. Going to start building pylons in the middle for more additional gateways here. Going to go for a very heavy break. We do see that dropship coming out, most likely going to be loaded in with those drones and going to be popping into the main. We got the Mutalisk popping out very shortly here with a couple of Scourge to pick off that Corsair. Do see these Corsairs now going after these Overlords. This Corsair coming in here to get a scout off on exactly what's going on, while also poking away at the the Overlords, and first dropship. This could actually, if this gets picked off, this is huge. You can see GOMDOR moving all of his zealots over here. He was going to go for a transport of all of them off, and that does get picked off, so that's good. The first round of the Protoss pressure has been denied, and now these Mutalisks, 6 Mutalisks, are going to come over here to start countering. GOMDOR reacting nicely with some cannons here, and sending his Corsairs back home. He's going to have 3 Corsairs and a cannon versus 6 Mutalisks. It shouldn't do too much damage, but and also Dragoons popping out here. So yeah, this is going to get shut down almost immediately with 0 damage really going to be done. That cannon, 1 cannon is going to fall, but yeah. 3.14 is going to have to go back and start droning up a little bit, as this isn't going to be doing too much damage. Corsair, Reaver, Zealot, Protoss looking very strong right now. Hasn't lost basically anything of importance, and he's also countered everything that he's needed to do. But 3.14 also hasn't taken much damage yet. He is going to have to worry about this frontal push here. 2 Reavers are out here. He's got the Corsairs and Dragoons to protect it. The Reavers are going to start punching away at the front here. The Corsairs, if the Corsairs are able to pick off, or if the Scourge are able to pick off the Corsair, the Mutas can start picking away at the Reavers, but GOMDOR smartly has been going for the Dragoons, stop the Zealot production. Just now getting his Citadel of the Dune, so he is going for a very quick push here. The Hive is done, the Greater Spire has begun, so 3.14 going to go for a Guardian counterattack, or a Guardian defense here. Not even, oh, he does have a Hydralisk Den, okay, so Lurkers are always helpful in this situation too, but I do like the idea of Guard Devours to stop this, but this is a very powerful push here. Non-stop Corsair production, 2 there queued up. That's going to be pretty hard to defend, especially with the Dragoons helping pick off the Scorch. Going to try to go for a little jab here. He does want to stop these Reavers as soon as possible. Picking off the Reavers is huge in this kind of situation, because if they get too big of a pile up, they are just going to destroy everything in their path if they get too big of numbers. Continue to throw down Sunkens here at his choke. Does not want to get penetrated. Wants to keep that choke nice and strong here, but GOMDOR perfect micro right now. These Reavers are just picking away at the choke. Greater Spire almost done. We'll see how many Guardians he chooses to make. All the Guardians. Okay, so no Devourers. He's going to use the Guardians to pick off... oh, he did pick a couple Devourers in there. I did pick a Devourer, I think. No, maybe I didn't. All Guardians... Oh, no, there it is. So at least 1 Devourer. He wants to use the Guardians to pick off the Reavers, the Hydras to pick off the Corsair, while also keeping enough Sunken so that the Dragoons can't be popping in. But GOMDOR not missing a beat here and massing a lot of Dragoons. Going to go in here with a very strong push, and this is not going to be an easy hold here. Corsairs coming in. Scourge all gone now, and only a couple Guardians here. Nice little concave here, but the supply is 66 to 155. It is going to not be an easy hold here. Nothing really backed up. Going all in on those mutas were a lot of investment for not much reward, and that's going to cost 3.14 here. And it looks like he is going to lose his choke at the very least. But usually once your choke is down, unless you've been like saving up a lot, it's usually going to be GG. And you can see the supplies just not looking good for 3.14, trying to build some mutas, but they are rallied to the choke. Going to get a couple shots off on them. And yeah, this is not looking good. We got 3 Reavers and a bunch of Dragoons versus just a couple of Hydralisks and a couple of Mutalisks. Gonna try to pick off the Reavers, which he is able to do, but the Dragoons might just be too much here in numbers, and yeah, GG is going to be called. GOMDOR are going to take a quick 2-0 in this series. Both PVZs, but what can you do? What can you do? GG. We'll jump into the next one. We got game number 3. This time GOMDOR is going to be Zerg. And this time 3.14 is going to be Protoss. So we got a little reverse of the situation. They are cross-spawned both corners. And it looks like 3.14 is going for that mid build. So we'll see how GOMDOR does defend this. Cross-spawn corner spot isn't the best position to mid build, as the probe does have to go quite a bit of distance, but still gets out there in fairly decent time. GOMDOR gonna go with a more standard hatchery immediately. We'll see if he is going to be greedy on his opening or not. A little bit of a misclick there. Going to go for an instant drone. We'll see if he gets the spawning pool before Overlord or not. It is ideal to go for, oh yeah, even pulling the drone here. So this is perfect. Doing the exact defense, doing the exact build you want to do to stop the Protoss mid build. Going to even go for a little extractor trick. Or he's gonna go for he's gonna go for the extractor trick. He's gonna cancel that. So he's gonna go for 2 drones before Overlord, which I don't know how much I like that, but he must know something I don't. And yeah, that I think is gonna be work out nicely. He is sending his drone out to, or his Overlord out to the middle. We do see that 3 hatch, or 3 gateway. Oh my God, it's been a minute, okay, guys. Excuse me, it's been a minute since I've casted here. But we are going to see the 3 gateway instant zealots here. He is pooling up his larva, so he is going to be building some zerglings ASAP. Setting down only 1 drone here. I think once he sees these buildings out in the middle, he's going to send an additional drone. Yeah, he does. He's going to have 2 drones out here. You want those 2 sunken colonies up immediately. The Overlord is out. The first zealot going to go in the wrong direction. 2 sunken colonies are going to go down. Looks like he's going to build 8 zerglings, which is more than enough, as he hasn't. He's not under any pressure yet. A couple of AFK zealots here, and yeah, this is not going to do anything. GOMDOR has done the correct build to counter this, and he is going to be in no trouble at all. Even sending some zerglings out to do some counter attack, keeping 4 at home and sending 4 out to scout. 2 zerglings are going to find the Protoss player, and he is reacting by sending 2 zealots back. So he does want to take care of that as soon as possible. Looks like the probe was taken out by the zerglings, as I think he wanted to build some cannons here to maybe take out that hatchery. Yeah, he definitely killed at least 1 probe there. Do you see 1 kill on those zerglings? These zerglings are going to go score around and see the timings on everything. We do see a cyber core with 1 single gas, so he's probably wanting to do that same thing, get that robo out. But yeah, GOMDOR is in a great position here now, has defended that perfectly, not overreacting in sunken colonies, has a perfect scout off on the Protoss, and everything is going great here for Mr. GOMDOR. Picking off another probe here, which is just huge, just annoying this Protoss player. I do see that robo up, and we do see if the first kind of push here, he's going to try to take out this first sunken colony, push back some of this creep here, so maybe he can get some cannons up. Not the worst trade here, but we'll see if GOMDOR just rebuilds that, which I think he is going to. Yeah, he's going to rebuild two here. To potentially, yeah, because he knows, he sees that pylon and he does want to take that out. Continuing to micro that zergling around. It's going to come out of the base and see what else is going on over here. These 2 cannons are definitely not going to go up, as 3 sunken colonies now have gone down here. GOMDOR playing very nicely, going to try to use these zealots to take out the sunkens, but a nice little run by here with the zerglings, going to distract those zealots, but he should have enough here to take out these 3, but it's not going to be the most cost efficient thing. He is losing a lot more zealots, and when that big push comes to break down the choke, he's just going to have that less of zealot there to break it down. So everything going GOMDOR's way right now, and yeah, it's looking really good. We do see that dropship out, and a lot of hatcheries being thrown down now. Now he's going to throw down his 2 gas, and I would imagine he's just going to go for a Hydralisk break here, as he's seen how many zealots the Protoss has lost. He's going to send these last 4 zealots into that dropship. Going for shuttle speed, so he's going to probably be wanting to get damage done with the Reaver drop. And luckily for GOMDOR, he does build 2 Sunkens down here, knowing that this is a possibility. So this is also going to do basically nothing. The Hydralisk Den is coming down, and yeah, I think he's just going to do a Hydralisk break. I imagine that's a pretty good idea. Going to get a couple of drones, nice targeting there. Going to get at least 2 or 3 there. 5 kills on that, but I think that was a couple of the Zerglings that he was defending. Gonna try to shuttle more Zealots in here, but he's just throwing everything away now. He's gonna be very vulnerable here at the choke to these Hydralisks that are going to be popping out here shortly. This is really not looking good for Mr. 3.14159653589. First Reaver is out building his Scarabs. Gonna try to stockpile these Zealots over here, so when the Reaver drop does come, he's gonna have some kind of tank for them. So we'll see, this is gonna have to do some massive damage here, but the Hydra's going right after the dropship. The Reaver is gonna drop down. Nice little shot there. Good micro here by our Korean player, but he has to get a bunch of drones. We're at 33 drones right now. That looks like a dud. Yeah, that is a dud. Unfortunate for him. And yeah, GOMDOR should pretty much just be able to build Hydralisk right now and be just fine. 3 Robos here. He has non-stop Zealot production, and he is starting his gateways out in the middle. Citadel of Adun just coming out now, so they've really been delaying these Citadels. 1 upgrade also coming down for the Protoss player here. And that gateway explosion is going to happen, but I think it's going to be a little too late right now. What exactly is GOMDOR doing at this exact moment? He is building a couple more Sunken Colonies, which I'm surprised. So maybe he's not going to go for a break. He's just going to build enough Hydras to stop the Reaver drops, to pick off those shuttles, and then he's going to mass up a little bit more, which I guess is a safer option. You never want to overreact to Zerg when you're in such a great spot, in such a high pressure situation. We have another Reaver here going to come in, going to drop, not going to get a shot off, but is going to get denied. More Zealots. I don't see Zealot speed being upgraded quite yet, and yeah, GOMDOR just going to have some time to mass up. He is getting his Hydra range. And he's like halving drones, halving Hydras, while still maintaining his choke here. 1 Reaver going to get a couple of shots off here on the Sunken, getting that layer down now. And yeah, I'm still really liking GOMDOR's position here. This is not going to be an easy spot from 3.14. He's done no damage really to the Zerg player. And yeah, he's just going to be able to do his thing. Normally in this spot, I would imagine GOMDOR is going to go for some Mutalisk. Mutalisk going to pick off these Reavers while he gets into his Hive and his Guardians. Once you get into Guardians, then you can just break out, no problem. No Storm Drop's going to be out for at least a couple more minutes here. Going to attempt another Reaver drop here, or no, he's just going to shuttle them up here. But we have a nice little spread here of the Sunken Colony. He is going to try to come in here, which once again, I think he's just being a little too aggressive for his own good. The Zealots don't even have speed here. And I think he's going to have more than enough Hydras. Well, maybe not. I don't know, man. This is a lot of Reavers. Maybe this is going to be good. Nice micro here from 3.14, keeping these Zealots alive to tank for these Reavers, and the Sunkens are going down. GOMDOR has almost officially been penetrated here. Maybe he was a little too greedy? I don't know. This is actually still really very, very close here. I'm gonna start even building cannons here at the choke. I do like it. Zealot flags is almost done. Gonna be done here any second now. Lots of Hydralisks being made here. He has a good amount of hatcheries here, so I think he should be okay as long as these Reavers don't do anything too crazy. The Spire just went down. We're gonna see a nice little concave push here, and I think it's gonna be enough to pick off these Reavers. But very nice shuttle micro, continuing to pick up these Reavers and very nice micro. micro's actually saving him right now. Zealot's flags is done. Needs to reinforce with more Reavers. 3 more Reavers are about to be done. If he can keep these Reavers alive, which is very, very ghostly. He is very ghostly keeping these alive. Picking off a lot of Hydras, but he's still losing his Reavers. And yeah, GOMDOR has the economy now to be able to mask and lose another Reaver and a shuttle there. And yeah, this just, I think GOMDOR is going to just have enough. He's got 55 drones. He does not really need to make any more drones until he wants to start making gas. Unless he's just going to be using them to rebuild his sunken colonies. He does have started making cannons here, which is not ideal for the Zerg. He is going to rebuild some sunken colonies here. I think he wants to buy time. He doesn't have a Queen's Nest though, so he's just going to be using the Muta Hydra. But I think he can still just mass Hydra here. Not enough gateways, not enough army here for 3.14. Even though his micro High Templar's out, which again will help this and very close battle. But yeah, GOMDOR doing a good job picking off those Reavers, not letting them get too big of numbers. And I think, yeah, I think this is going to be GG fairly soon. I think GOMDOR is going to take this game. I think he just had enough. But 3.14, good effort by him for sure. Just, I think he threw away just too many Zealots at the beginning. But again, it's not over yet. He could still potentially do this, but I just don't think he's done enough damage. The Storm, oh, he did forget Storm too. He just started his Storm now. So these high Templars are not going to have any Storm for quite a while, which also can be big. GOMDOR picking off those last Corsairs that were on the map. And yeah, he's just chilling. He's just up against Zealots now. 3 more Reavers going to be out. Rebuilding a lot of these sunken colonies. So yeah, I think GOMDOR played this just perfectly. And he's going to be just fine. Adding more hatcheries here. I would like to see a Queen's Nest so we can start getting into those Guardians, but once again, I just don't think it will be necessary. I think he's going to have more than enough time with what Thanks has. Reavers just in too small of numbers. 11 mutas being produced now, and there's just only 4 cannons for anti-air. He's going to be able to pick off these Reavers and these High Templars, and I think that'll be GG. This is why you need to start making Dragoons way earlier. Zealots are not good in this late game. Reavers just do so, or yeah, Reavers and Dragoons just do so much better as a team in the later stages versus Zerg. Because now we're going to see, yeah, these mutas just do work here. Gonna pick off these High Templars. Very nice Storms here, but GOMDOR to Gosu picked off 3 of them, made him waste all of the Storms. Still no Queen's Nest, which is a little interesting, but yeah, I think this push here is gonna be very nicely done. Again, using the mutas to pick off the Reavers, and then the Hydras are just going to overwhelm the Protoss player down to 92 supply. You do not want to be this under Zerg in supply at this time in the game. And yeah, I would imagine now it's going to be officially GG. Just nothing the Protoss can really do in this situation. He might be able to hold. Nope, the Reavers were not even queued up, so these Reavers are not even going to be able to go out. He's going to be able to push right through. GOMDOR playing very safe though, continuing to build creep colonies to make more and more sunkens in case something crazy counterattack is happening. Playing this very nicely. Playing this like there's 500 USD on the line. Not taking any unnecessary risks, and he's going to be able to take out these Robos. No more Reavers. I don't see any High Templars anywhere. And yeah, this is definitely GG. GOMDOR going to take this game and go 3-0. Going to be 1 away from advancing, 1-0 from a sweep. Surely 3.14 can win a game. But he's going to have to win the rest of the games. He will not be able to lose again, and that's a tall order facing someone as formidable as GOMDOR. Very nicely done. Doesn't even know. Just started his Queen's Nest now. And Yeah, that's going to be 3-0 for GOMDOR. We'll see if 3.14 can fight back in game number 4. See you then. All right, we got GOMDOR Protoss once again versus Protoss. Okay, we got a PvP. Not ideal spots here for the late game, as GOMDOR is going to have a nice clear path to drop harass 3.14, but luckily for 3.14, he is going for a mid build, and if this is that Nexus first like we saw last game from GOMDOR, this could be troublesome for him. If 3.14, yeah, scouts him early and GOMDOR goes for the Nexus first, which it looks like he is doing. Last time he built his pylon here, he went for a Nexus over here. So this could be good for 3.14. You always want to be on the offensive in PvP. You want to be attacking those probes, because if you get ahead in probes, you are just, yeah, going to be in a great position here. We're going to see the 2 gateway, and he is going to go in the correct position, and GOMDOR going for that Nexus first. So this should be theoretically 3.14's game, and a perfect scout here. He's going to be able to scout that pylon and not reveal that it is a PvP, because if GOMDOR did see that, I feel like he'd go for a forge first. But we'll see if he goes out and is able to scout this, or if he's just going to go in the top right position. No, he is going to come out. His spider sense is tingling, and he is going to see that he is up against a 2-gate forge here. 3.14 are going to go for that cannon push as well, which I do like. These 2 zealots, if he was playing perfectly, the second zealot would be queued. There, he does do it now. This probe going to start punishing this pylon. But yeah, we do see that the zealots are going to be out, and these cannons are going to be started before GOMDOR's gateways have even completed. Nice micro here by GOMDOR, attacking this probe. Going to have to retreat to this zealot. See what he does with the zealot. The first probe does get taken out, which is going to delay that cannon rush from happening. So that is a good start for GOMDOR. 2 cannons being placed down now as well. His zealots are going to be start queuing up, and he did go for a 3 gateway. Oh no, he canceled his Nexus. I didn't even see that. So a very smart move. He canceled his Nexus and he's going all into defense. So that's a big move here. So it's going to come down to this micro of 3.14. Going to start that cannon. Is going to continue to rally in. Going to start attacking the probes, and being very annoying. The cannons are going to finish though. So now he just has to defend these cannons. I mean, if he's able to take out the 3 gateways, I think he'll still be in a great position. But GOMDOR is going to be going right after them, and he might actually defend this. If GOMDOR wins this, that is going to be demoralizing for 3.14. Because if he's not able to win this, it doesn't get any better of a start than this for him. But game is on the line, the pressure is going, and he is not giving up on this. He is going to continue to rally. These cannons are almost completed, and he actually is going to get one up, and that could be a huge game changer now. 2 zealots and a cannon can take on these 3 that are constantly going to be pumping out. They're going to be taking damage. As long as he doesn't lose them too, the 2 cannons up here going to go right into the gas here, knowing that he's going to need reavers as soon as possible. He's going to need reavers before his opponent, but 3.14 has started his gas before him, and is going to get that cybernetics core down right away. So this is looking very good for 3.14. You want to get those reavers out as soon as possible in this situation for both players, because that's the only way to kill reavers is with reavers. Going to really start pushing these cannons in. Wants to cut off as much space as possible. Big thing to note is GOMDOR does not have a probe out on the map, so he's not going to be able to escape and build gateway somewhere else. So he's going to be contained to this small little area into his base. And yeah, there's not much area from right here where 3.14 is most likely going to build his robotics facilities. There's not going to be much of a distance for him. Not many cannons to kill before he's able to start attacking the main and or the probes with his reavers. So GOMDOR not looking like he's going to be able to hold on, despite a very good effort there at the beginning, using these zealots to take out these cannons as he pushes forward here. We do see that first robotics facility down for 3.14. And that's down before even GOMDOR's Robo, or, you know, Cybernetics Core, sorry, not Robo. And yeah, gonna be able to take out this forge as well. Cannons or Zealots continuing to rally in. And yeah, looks like 3.14 is going to be able to win this PvP. Thank God, because yeah, like I said, if he did not win this one, he was most likely not going to win any of these games. Because this is as much of a build order win as you can get. The second scout mid build versus the Nexus first. This Robo, we're gonna see a robotics facility go down right away. He's just microing his little heart out, taking out these cannons, which is still a good idea. Does get that Robo Bay down now. Still just on two Garrett. And trying to build Dragoons too, which also I like very much. Dragoons do much better versus the cannons than these Zealots. Two Robos going down here for GOMDOR, but I don't like that position for them. He should be building them back here. But I guess with all these Zealots back here, I don't think it really is matter. I think it's just going to be GG. Going to continue to take out all of these cannons as he continues to push his cannons forward. And thanks, putting on a clinic here, capitalizing on his advantage, and definitely going to win this game. That Reaver should be starting. There we go. Reaver going to be starting. And yeah, Dragoon's going to be able to start pushing up here. All of the... Oh no, he was able to rebuild the gas. Going to build a Nexus here. But it's still just going to be a couple more minutes until GOMDOR's Reavers start to come out. And at that time, there's going to be Dragoons and Reavers punishing him at the front here. So very nicely done. We see that he is supply stuck. All of his cannons were, or all of his pylons were even taken out. Dragoons here once again just trying to get as much damage as possible. Desperately trying to build pylons. But this should be GG. These Dragoons getting in here. Just more pylons. Desperately trying to put pylons down. No Dragoon range yet. So this cannon is going to be able to start punching away at these. Two Reavers starting to be built. First Reaver coming in here at the corner. Going to take out this cannon, and these Dragoons should be able to pick off the Robo, even building these gateways right into his base. So he wants to kill GOMDOR as soon as possible. Doesn't want to give him any chance to breathe. And this should be GG. No gateways, two Robos under attack. Trying to build a shuttle as well. He does want to get a probe out of his base as soon as possible. But I don't think 3.14 is going to let him do that. Two Reavers pop out, but one of them has nowhere to go. The second one doesn't have far to run. Just going to use these Dragoons to pick it off, which I think would be a good idea. Doesn't want to lose his one Reaver. You're going to pick that off, got the second Reaver out. And yeah, this should be GG. GG is going to be called. And 3.14 going to stay alive. Big time clutch win for him. And yeah, he's going to get his first game on the board. 3-1 for GOMDOR. We'll jump into game number 5 right now. Here we are. Good start for 3.14. He has his Protoss. Going to be up against a Terran though, but GOMDOR's Terran is formidable. Luckily for him though, he is in this, or luckily for 3.14, GOMDOR is in this middle position. So it's going to be tough to defend these drops, as there just is not much space to react to the drops coming from the top, which they most likely will be coming from since 3.14 is on top of him. These drop ships are going to have a nice little pathway to continually harass Mr. GOMDOR. And holy, nice, again, a beautiful start here for 3.14. Going to go for that mid build, going to go right outside of GOMDOR's choke and going to scout him first. Going to even start harassing this SCV, and this is like one of the worst feelings as a Terran player, when a probe is in your base right away harassing your first gateway or your first barracks. Gonna nicely keep that SCV alive, but we're gonna see the Koreans micro here really delaying this this start here from GOMDOR. and these gateways are going to be right at his front door. So 3.14 going to have once again a perfect start here. As perfect as you could possibly do. If you had map packs, this is exactly what you would do in this situation. And yeah, 3.14 is doing this once again, keeping this these SCVs distracted. Normally you would have all 3 of your gateways up by now, and probe is okay. The probe is going to get taken out, so nicely done there by GOMDOR. But yeah, his depot is delayed, his barracks are delayed, and he's got 3 gateways outside. He's going to see the bad news here and be like, wow, this is not going to be easy from this point forward. Gonna have to build that bunker way sooner than one would like, and gonna go for that 3 gateway forge here. He's gonna have more zealots than marines here at for a moment. Really has to keep that probe alive. Imagine he's gonna build. Maybe he might just be able to push the cannons forward in this kind of situation. We'll see how GOMDOR chooses to defend this. GOMDOR has incredible micro as Terran, as that is his race in low money. He just played that Battle of the Beehive where he dominated, and he chose Terran, and he was up against Protoss every single game, and he did not drop a single one, even versus Gosus like DeWalt, who is a low money non-Korean legend. So this is going to be tough. Very nicely done here, using these zealots to pick off the SCVs. Got his first cannon up though, which is not what you want, but perfect marine micro so far here. GOMDOR doing way better than almost anyone else in the whole world would do in this kind of situation. But 3.14 is still going to have the advantage in this spot. We can see actually he's supply stuck right now. More bunkers being pushed forward. Does not have an academy quite yet, just sticking on these marines. So these cannons are going to eventually be able to start taking out these bunkers. And yeah, it's still not an easy position here, but oh my god, GOMDOR confident that he is going to be able to hold on and throwing down a command center. Very, very Gosu here. 3.14 has started his gas and his cybernetics core, so he is also transitioning. Not going to go fully all in, but also going to continue to apply pressure here. If he is even able to get cannons up over here to take out these supply depots are going to be vulnerable. Another bunker going down. This first bunker is going to get taken out, and there is going to be a little bit of an opening here for these zealots to have a fight with these marines who aren't going to have the bunker defense here for them. So very nicely done by 3.14. And I think he's going to start doing that same thing and use these zealots to just clear space for his cannons. Gonna go in here as well. Gonna see that he's up against the command center. The academy just going down now, a little bit later of an academy, but he also has, which I didn't notice, his factory being produced. So he went for factory before academy, which we'll see if that pays off or not. He's gonna have tanks out quicker, but he's not gonna have any medics. He's not gonna have any marine range. And yeah, he's gonna lose a lot of his supply depots here. Perfectly played so far by both players. Really, both players playing this really exceptionally well. Gonna be able to pick off that first round of zealots. More zealots gonna come in here, just distracting these marines enough for him to build more cannons. These depots are gonna start falling down. Luckily for GOMDOR, he did start building more supply depots over here, knowing that this is a likely situation. He's picking off lots of SCVs here too, but he has an extra command center, so losing SCVs isn't going to be as big of a deal as it could potentially be. First tank and siege mode almost done, but we have DTs also going to be almost coming out. Templar of Archives almost completed. So DTs are going to be coming out, and I don't see an eBay anywhere, and so I think these DTs are actually going to be GG here for him. Unless he gets like a scan out, but he's also not going for that scan right away. Going to just be going right after those, right for those SCVs. 3.14 doing a great job putting on a ton of pressure while also teching into those DTs. 2 DTs being built now, and no eBay, no Comstat. So this, I think this is going to be GG. I think the DTs are going to do it. It's going to be that final straw here, right as GOMDOR was looking like he might just hold on here, pulling a lot of SCVs to try to repair this bunker, but he does have siege mode out, so if there was no DT, so he is building a Comstat, okay, so this could still potentially, no, he's going to build more DTs. He's got a third DT out. So engineering bay going down right now. So this is a fairly quick DTs, and I think it's gonna work. Comstat gonna go down, but these DTs are in the base. Well, he wants to keep them split up here. He does not want them to be two together. First scan gonna go down. Gonna pick off the first DT. But he does have the second DT, gonna stop that eBay from going down, and it's gonna be another like 40 seconds, 50 seconds, I don't know, I think it's 1 second per energy, so another, yeah, 50 seconds for that to come down. He's gonna start picking off more depots. I wouldn't mind him going after these tanks. Another DT gonna come here. Oh, just going after Marines, yeah, at this point I think is also a good idea. First turret is going to go down, picked off another tank, another turret going to go down. So once again, GOMDOR doing a great job considering the situation he's in. A lot of players with just GG at this point. But he's going to be taking on a lot of damage. Nicely done here, just going after the Marines, which is not a bad idea. But he's going to get both of these turrets up, so he is not going to die to this. GOMDOR, very effing Gosu, but I think the damage is too much here. Zealot speed going to be upgraded as well as +1 on these Zealots. So this next Zealot push is going to have their work cut out for them. DT still doing damage. Going to pick off this Academy. No, he's going to actually... Yeah, so that is an incredible hold there by GOMDOR. This is a masterclass in Terran right now in these positions with this kind of situation, but I think he just took too much damage. You can see 3.14 was using all of his APM to just micro those DT, so he has a bank, and he's just going to be able to do a huge gateway explosion, and he's just going to be able to mass this. The Terran, I think, did take too much damage. Storm also being upgraded, so he did buy himself just enough time. Terran's not going to be able to remake his choke. And I think the Protoss is going to be able to win this. A huge attack coming in here, a ton of speed zealots, and not enough Marines, not enough bunkers. And looks like GOMDOR is once again going to fall. Throwing down another command center though. Where most players are panicking, GOMDOR throwing down command centers and just being nice and calm, not too worried, even in a situation that looks like this. But I think he definitely needed a couple bunkers here, and this is going to be GG. 3.14, going to stay alive. Tons of gateways out here. Going to be able to just start streaming in. And yeah, 3.14 going to stay alive. Twice in a row on match point. Picking off these turrets, which I think he's probably going to start adding in some more DTs as well. I think he has his gateways rallied right up here too. Firebat's gonna come out, which can be pretty good, but Storm is now done, so he's gonna be able to storm the money right there. Nice pull, still getting 4, but yeah, he just has a huge bank. He's gonna be able to just continually mass here, making a ton of gateways here, and well done by 3.14, spending his money in a hurry. GOMDOR though not giving up. Firebats in a bunker are pretty good versus Zealots, and still doing a great job holding on. But now that the DTs are coming in, all the turrets have been picked off, and this should be GG called here. Oh, he does have a scan. Oh my god, GOMDOR, such a fucking beast. But this is the first time I've actually seen his Terran lose, and it would take a situation like this for it to happen, but it still was not easy. And yeah, this should be GG any second now. GOMDOR does not want to give up, does not want to lose. $500 on the line. But yeah, I don't even think GOMDOR can win in this spot. 125 supply to 41 supply. Yeah, he can trade 20 Zealots at this point for 1 Marine and it would still be okay. Bunker going to fall. And yeah, GG gonna be called. Very well done by 3.14. Gonna stay alive, gonna crush it, gonna defeat GOMDOR's Terran, which not many people can say they've done before. Very well done. We'll jump into that next game now. See if we can see a comeback. Can we see a comeback? We'll see. Find out next game. Alright, so here we are. Game number 6. And we got 3.14 as Zerg. And GOMDOR as Protoss. So his luck may have run out on the matchups. A thing to note though is 3.14 is a low money player who his main race is Zerg, so he does like Zerg, but GOMDOR pretty good PvZ. But let's see if anyone can do it. 3.14, he's a man for the job. We'll see if he's able to pull it off. Not really liking, but again, I don't know. If you go 2-hatch into pool versus Nexus first, it is actually pretty good. And it looks like GOMDOR is going to go for a Nexus first. So GOMDOR still just fearless, not too worried, not stressed out about the situation. But we do see that pool into Extractor, and I just do not like this build. Like, it's not too greedy. It's not too like defensive. It's like right in the middle where it's just so going to be easily punished. I'd way rather see the 2-hatch before pool in the gas, which is a more standard non-choke Zerg. You like to get the 2 hatches down, like to get the pool, and then the gas. But I don't really like this version. I don't know why 3.14 is doing this. Don't know who told him this was a good idea or what in his brain is making him think that this is optimal play. But yeah, I think GOMDOR just going to be able to push this. GOMDOR way too good of a player to fall to something like this. Where he is pulling up his larvae for some Zerglings, and is he really going to try to choke as well? No, he's going to use that to scout, which again I just don't really like at all. Like, I don't know what the timing of this punishing. He's going to have Zealots out going Nexus first before they come out. So like, I don't really know what this punishes. I don't think this punishes a mid build. I just don't like it. I do not like it. And let's see if GOMDOR can show us why it's not a good build. He's got that double probe scout out. Zergling's going in the wrong position. Has a useless drone out here scouting. Zergling speed almost done in a very quick layer, so it looks like he's gonna go into 2-hatch like Lurker. Like, I just don't know, man. I don't know what this is, and I do not like it. GOMDOR playing it safe. Went for a cannon, 2 cannons. And he's going to keep his Zealots at home as 3.14 has not stopped creating Zerglings. His Zergling speed is now done. We'll see if he's going to get any damage done. If he's going to get any damage, it's going to have to be before these cannons complete. But more than enough Zealots at home. GOMDOR reading this perfectly. First cannon does go down. 1 Zealot, like 3.14 does have great Ling micro. Like I said, as it is his main race on low money. He's very comfortable with it. And here's the bad thing about having your Nexus out here. It is going to be vulnerable to something like this, but I just don't think that would be enough anyway. Even if he did lose it, I think he is just fine. We do see the very quick Lurker is going to be done, but like if he was against the Terran, it might be good, but I don't know, man. I don't know how much I like this. Just 1 or 2 cannons back here. Going to be more than enough. How's that Cybernetics core going down? Zerglings being annoying, but no Sunkens back at home either. So like, it's just 1 counterattack. Realistically, GOMDOR could just attack the Zerg, and he would be just fine. More cannons being built at home. Doesn't want to waste any more time dealing with these annoying Zerglings. And if he just built a couple cannons back here, yeah. And rebuilding his core. Sending some Zealots out here. Gonna pick off these Hydras. which we're gonna try to upgrade into the lurkers. Very cheesy stuff here. I guess this could catch a lower caliber player perhaps off guard, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe, I don't know if this is the thing you want to do versus GOMDOR, or if this is exactly the thing you want to do versus GOMDOR. I'm stuck in between it. Like, do you want to just cheese out someone who's better than you? Or do you want to try to outplay him? So maybe this is a good idea, but at the same time, I just don't like it. One sunken colony, still collecting gas. Gonna have one lurker at home and one lurker over here. We see that lurker coming down now. But we do see a bunch of cannons over here. GOMDOR knows this is what he's up against. Gonna try to pick off these cannons before they build. But no, they're not going to be done. The Zergling's coming in to help out, to pick up these cannons. And he actually is able to do it, but is he able to hold at home now? Is he actually going to pull this off? Have I been chirping him this whole time how dumb this build is, but then it's actually going to work? I don't know how long it takes one lurker to kill a Nexus. Another lurker gonna come out here, gonna actually get around all of those zealots. So maybe 3.14 is actually gonna pull this off. Maybe I was talking smack for no reason. GOMDOR does have the robo, but he has like no transition. Like, he has 4 fucking drones collecting here, still building zealots. He is all in as much as he possibly could be. These dragoons going to stop the lurkers from entering back here, and GOMDOR just staying alive to get that robo done. Another lurker gonna try to get in here, but he's gonna lose that lurker. Second lurker going to get pulled down. He does have enough money for a observatory, picking off some probes there and still just poking away at this main here, using the Zerglings to buffer a little bit for this Reaver as he does get closer, but very nicely done by GOMDOR using these dragoons to stop the hole here. Observer gonna be out soon, and unless this main goes down, I don't even think, even if the main does go down, I just don't think 3.14 has any kind of counter. This just has to kill the Protoss. And GOMDOR kept his SCVs, or his probes alive, kept a lot of his army alive, picking off these Reavers. Does have these Dragoons sandwiched in here. Very funny game for GOMDOR, but I think it's just not going to be enough. Observer is going to be out, going to be able to pick that Reaver off, and that should be GG. 3 lurkers and some Zerglings. Not going to be enough, and this is going to be the end. GG is called. 3.14 is going to be eliminated. GOMDOR is going to advance. I believe he plays the winner of Jose and Dingo. So yeah, that should be a good game. I'd like to see either one of those play against GOMDOR and get smacked around. But yeah, we shall see. GG. GOMDOR very nicely played, and a worthy player to advance. Maybe the favorite of the whole tournament. We'll see. Comment below who you think's gonna win. And yeah, GG. Until next time, I will see you guys later.